Welcome to MyLITV. From Manhasset to Montauk, we have traveled our communities to bring you the following events. I'm your host, Waldo Cabrera. MyLITV starts now.
We are standing on Rostock, the staging area for the third Escape to the Palisades road race. It is a 5K, a half marathon, and a 6K trail run. So there are 3 races that are going off. This was actually one of the staging areas for the only Ironman ever held inside the 5 boroughs. And the swim came in and you would start your bike and your run from here. I don't live too far from here, so I would run down here a little bit, and I was amazed that on Saturdays and Sundays, down here is an absolute mob scene with families enjoying picnics and the sun and walking around and a playground for the children. But you go up on the roads and there aren't that many people running or biking, or as many as people as you would think. So I thought by having a race that is actually staged inside the park, we could bring attention to what goes on here and what this is really all about and how many people can really enjoy this.
The New York-New Jersey Trail Conference maintains over 2,000 miles of trails in northern New Jersey and upstate New York and New York City. So we were excited about this race because it's an opportunity for trail runners and hikers and all folks to get out and do a race that's not on the roads. We've got a half marathon running here, we've got a 5K road race, and this is another opportunity for people to get out and run and get off trail. Fortunately, the race starts out kind of on the flat, the way the other races do, and it quickly starts heading up the Palisades. Sometimes you're on steps and you're making a huge vertical gain all the way to the top of the Palisades. Once you catch your breath, assuming you do, we hang a right on the long path, and the long path runs all the way from the George Washington Bridge to the foothills of the Adirondacks. We're only going to be doing about 1.5 miles of it, and then we finish by following right along the shoreline to the finish line. I would recommend taking a trip down here and just getting familiar with the first climb. That's number one. I'd wear, if you have running shoes, that's fine. Trail running shoes are even better. And just pace yourself on the first hill.
Just over 110 years ago, this was an industrial demolition center. There were crews planting dynamite into the cliff face. They were actually drilling into the cliffs from the front and from the top, and that rock was then taken into buildings where big steam engines grinded the rock up into gravel. This Interstate Park Commission that was created in 1900 said about they wanted to create a recreational resource. As well as preserving the scenery, they wanted to provide a place where people could come and exercise and get fresh air. One writer at the time said, this new park is going to be the lungs of New York. It's where working people could get out of the city and enjoy a day in nature, a day with fresh air and sunshine. And over 100 years later, we're trying to keep that tradition alive. These cliffs, this landscape, this park, it belongs to all of us. It's our pleasure and our privilege to be able to help people enjoy it and appreciate what our forebears preserved for us.
A lot of the places where we train, particularly if you're in the city, you're doing a lot of flats. Here, just by default of running the path, you get yourself into tremendous shape and actually will increase your time, quite honestly, because you're running hills. As a matter of fact, because of these hills, I'm running faster marathons today than I was running a decade ago.